Abu Bakr. Abu Bakr. Assalamu alaikum.
Yo, what Islamic? What took you so long, man?
Akhi, forget that, bro. What kind of place have you brought me to?
Bro, I already told you so many times. Something like this, we gotta make sure we're somewhere and no one can see us and no one can hear us.
Abu Bakr, you can't be serious, man.
Bro, I wouldn't have called you to a place like this unless I was deadly serious. You need to take this and give it to your students. Make sure they receive it by Wednesday latest.
Akhi, this is madness, bro. What if they're not ready for this right now?
Bro, trust me innit.
Akhi, this can harm them.
Bro, you already know from past experience, because of this, some of them are not gonna make it. But that's just life, what can we say? What can we do?
But don't you think we need more time?
Bro, there is no time. Give it to them by Wednesday or else.
Subhanallah.
Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah, amma ba'd, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Brothers and sisters, welcome back to another episode of Ramadan with the Mandem. On today's episode, we have brother Mus'ab. Give salam to the people.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
You have to make sure you talk into the mic, yeah?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
And of course, we have brother Imran.
Assalamu alaikum.
So, without any further ado, let's get straight into the episode. Mus'ab,
No.
when was the first time you ever came into contact with our da'wah online? The first video or clip or anything that you ever saw online that you can remember?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was on Instagram. There's a funny story actually, you know. I was with me and my friend, we always see all the lessons are in West. You know, I was all in West and I was thinking, how come they're not doing in East? How come they're not doing in East? And then one day, subhanallah, you know, I heard there was a meeting, a lecture in East, 99 names of Allah. But I was like, nah, I have to go.
Subhanallah.
I have to go. So I went, alhamdulillah, I went through a little funny stuff. And alhamdulillah, it was amazing, akhi. Since that day, I'm not gonna lie to you, akhi, my life changed, bro. My life changed. Like, I realized a lot of things, akhi.
That was offline in terms of in person. What about online? Like, do you
Online.
remember, like on YouTube or
Akhi, it was on Instagram, it was like skits.
You
It was like not skits, like, it was like little
Clips.
short clips, yeah.
Was it like memes that were mocking or
No.
actual lectures?
Actual, like, for example, Allah musta'an. I can't remember off my head, akhi, but there was ones like made you deep laugh.
Yeah, the little clips that we upload. Right?
Yeah, you know.
I actually remember that day when you came in. There was actually what do you call it? I remember you came in. You had like a thobe on and a blue hoodie, right?
Yeah, a black thought and a blue hoodie, yeah.
And he came to me, and I remember I was sitting on the chair. I must have on the desk. I must have been like preparing. Come, shook my hand, gave me a big smile.
Yeah,
Stood out, wallahi.
Long Barak.
And in fact, it was weird because that day, from all the new people that came, the only guy who I had in my head was him. Out of the ones who came and said salam to me. Does that make sense? And
Was that your first class that you attended
First class.
when the thing happened?
Yeah.
first class.
First ever class, akhi. Bro, remember this,
No,
akhi?
I thought you
I'm
were
looking this on
coming from a
Instagram
minute.
thinking, how come these guys are not doing it in East? I'm thinking, how come you guys are not doing it in East and that? And the day you guys do it in East, you do it in that place.
And basically, it was an area which was not really, like he said, the best place for him to go to. But he wanted to come for the sake of Allah
Still
to
came.
learn. Does that make sense? But obviously, we're not going to go into details. But that day, like some people were trying to.
Akhi, regardless, you know how I think about it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't. It's not good to think like this, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, I'll go through the same thing just to get what I got from that. Subhanallah, one brother, wallah, I got a blessing for it. I was somewhere in my past. He told me, "Mus'ab, make any dua, it will
It's
be accepted."
before that day.
Nah, like after that happened.
Okay.
Because you see, when you're oppressed, if you're kafir, your dua is accepted, bro. That's deep, akhi. Even if you're kafir, your dua is accepted. So my dad told me, make a dua, you'll get accepted. Wallahi, one of the du'as was to make Omra. And then I had the brother call me, telling me, akhi, I got a hadiyah for you. Was that I got a hadiyah for you? Me, I was
Hadiyah
thinking,
meaning gift.
huh? Yeah, you got a gift for me. Akhi, me in my head, I was thinking, yeah, calm. But I think he was trying to sweet it out before confirming it. After that, he called me. He was like to me, "Akhi, you're invited to 5-star Omra. You and your friend come through." Akhi, that day, subhanallah, ma. You know when you, I don't know how to explain. Like, I'm not really good with words. You see when you just realize everything just comes a flashback, and you realize, wallah, Allah huwa al-haq, ya akhi. Allah huwa al-haq. You know? Well, alhamdulillah. From that day, alhamdulillah.
And you know what you just said though, akhi, it hit me deep because I want people to understand what he just said. He just said that he would go through what he went through that day all over again, just to be able to experience what he got at the end of it. Obviously, we're not going to go into the details what happened, but that day your life could have ended.
Yeah.
That day your life could have ended. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%.
And alhamdulillah, it shows also the Islamic brotherhood, the brothers that you never known you for the first time ever, that they were there. Does that make sense? So that just shows the Islamic brotherhood. But that I don't even want to focus on that. What I want to mention is that he's happy to go through a situation where his life is at risk to be able to experience what he's going through again. That reminds me of a story. There was 2 imams from the Salaf. One was Ibrahim ibn Adham, another one was Abu Yusuf. And these were men that were known for ibadah and worship. They weren't really known for the dunya. In fact, they abandoned the dunya. So one time they're at the beach and they got bread. And you know bread, when you leave it for a long time, it becomes very hard. Does that make sense? So you can't bite into it. So what do? They dipped it in seawater, akhi. So they're dipping this hard bread in seawater. This is making it salty. It's making it soggy now. It's not nice, akhi. And as they're eating into it, Ibrahim ibn Adam, he looks to Abu Yusuf and he says, Ya Aba Yusuf. He said, if the kings and the princes knew about the joy and the happiness that we feel, they would run into their palaces, pick up their swords, and they would try to kill us for it. In other words, they're trying to say, these men are in their palaces, they're not as happy as we are. We don't even have proper bread to eat, but I'm happy right now. I'm very happy. If they knew what I felt, they would want to kill me for it. Does that make sense? So what you just said reminded me of that. It also reminded me of Ibn Taymiyyah. He said, what can my enemies do to me? If they try to kill me, they send me closer to Allah. If they put me in prison, they give me time to remember Allah. Because he said, my Jannah is in my heart, my garden is in my heart. MashaAllah.
That's one reason why I wasn't really scared. And if I knew in my head something might happen, but I wasn't really scared because I know I'm going for the sake of Allah. So before I left my yard, I said, Bismillah.
Even something did happen, Allah allowed it to happen.
Yeah, 100%.
But the khair that came from it,
Allah
because of it, you met all these brothers. The brothers, some of the brothers put their life on the line for you that day. You got to come to Umrah absolutely for free.
Free,
5-star
Five-star
Umrah. Alhamdulillah, 5-star Umrah.
Start seeking knowledge.
But I'm
not gonna lie, seeking knowledge, I need to put myself firm, man.
This is there, mashallah, tabarakallah. You help out at a masjid. You got a community masjid, family masjid, mashallah, tabarakallah. And I know you don't even like me mentioning this, but the only reason I'm doing it is to show people a person can come from a certain background and look where they end.
Aye, bro, you reminded me, akhi, subhanallah. You see, Allah, yeah, subhanallah, the way He works, Allah Akbar, akhi. The status Allah has given me, akhi, subhanallah, I don't think I deserve it, but Allah's opinion is the most high, akhi. Wallah, subhanallah, gave me a lot of things, akhi. When you give out something for the sake of Allah, bro, wallah, Allah replaces it with things that,
Alhamdulillah.
I've witnessed it, akhi, I've witnessed it, akhi, subhanallah.
One of the things that I like the most, it's like we've mentioned this before. I can't remember which podcast it was with who. Obviously, like when you come into the deen, a lot of times you bring a lot of baggage with you in terms of your mannerisms, the way you talk, the things you do, this, that, whatnot. It's very rare that you find brothers who completely you can't even sense a trace of their jahiliyyah on them. Yeah. I believe myself, you're one of those brothers, man. MashaAllah, like the way you talk, the way you carry yourself now, extremely humble, keeps himself to himself, doesn't talk much. When he does talk, it's only if there's a need for it.
And that's how it should be.
That's how it should be.
Because it's not praiseworthy for people to leave Jahiliyyah and still be talking and walking,
slang
and moving like that. Does that make sense? They has to. That's one of the things I love about Adam,
from Canada.
From Canada, Al-Maghribi. Like, the way Adam speaks, may Allah bless him,
I mean,
you would never even think that this guy
had a Jahiliyyah.
Where I was in Jahiliyyah, was running his block, was in jail, doing the madness. The guy is so humble and nice. Allah barik. Another thing that's shocking, is that at Knowledge Con, you met one of the guys that was from them ends.
Okay, yeah.
So you had an issue, or some guys had an issue with you, the ones that tried to do what they did that day, this brother is from that crowd, right?
Yeah.
Don't we'll bleep out the names.
Mm,
We'll bleep out the names, inshallah ta'ala. But the point is, you don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't know. Yeah,
Well, bleep that out, inshallah.
yeah, don't worry, bleep for that, we'll bleep for that. Anyway, the point is, I mean, Jabir came to me. But the guys, the name Jabir keeps coming. If you want to see Jabir in the next podcast,
Serious, brother.
comment below.
Serious.
Comment below. So Jabir comes to me and says, you see this guy, if they would have seen each other before, something could have kicked off. But now they're in the masjid, they linked up, they've been friends, and then he goes to me, they go to pray salah together in the masjid. They wake each other up to go pray salah in the masjid. So like, how was that
I don't even know how you found that out.
So
I'm gonna, he's my neighbor, subhanAllah, all that time.
really?
Wallah, I didn't even know.
He didn't even know he was your neighbor?
I didn't even know.
And he was up.
Slightly.
Kind of.
It was
It was
kind of
connected.
offers up,
It was connected, basically. As in, he could have just made a phone call.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Wallah, my yard was right there, akhi. No one knows my house, alhamdulillah.
But now you lot become...
Akhi, he's calling me Isha time, telling me, akhi, come, let's go salah. Sometimes I feel lazy, telling me, akhi, if you knew the worth of Fajr and Isha in the masjid, you're cruel.
He's saying that.
Yeah, he's saying
He's
that.
a man. Look at that.
Wallah,
Allah,
I think he's in Egypt right now.
really?
Yeah.
And that happened a couple of times with this masjid. There was one brother who met a brother that he was in jail with. Does that make sense? And they looked at each other and he's like, I swear I recognize you from the wing. Like you was my soul neighbor. You was in the cell next to him. He's like, yeah, that was me. Another brother met another guy in the masjid. He's like, the last time me and this guy saw, like if I see him now, like because as in when we looked at each other, we both kind of stopped, like, as in like just to see like is it gonna get cracking? And we just looked at each other, sound like you know what I'm saying? That just shows like when you love each other for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal. Not just that, actually, when your intentions for Allah's sake, like Allah will change people's hearts
For you.
Like there's some brothers that come to the masjid and they're like, you see me, I can't really be seen, I can't really be doing this, that, and the other. I got ops, which I told them, trust me, that op that you have can become your best friend. There's a hadith of Prophet Sallallahu So if you're gonna love someone, love them moderately, because he can become your enemy one day. And if you hate someone, hate them moderately, because he will become your best friend one day. Does that make sense? So people don't realize. And you're an example of that. Does that make sense?
Subhanallah. Subhanallah, for real. But can I add to that point?
Please.
You see, right now, if you look around the people we have, well, alhamdulillah for the people I have around me, because I know they don't love me for who I am. They don't love me for what I do. They don't love me, like, the only reason they love me is for the sake of Allah, And if they're only doing something for the sake of Allah, bro, you know nothing bad can come out of that. Nothing bad can come out of that. That's why right now, I was chatting to one brother I grew up with yesterday. He came to the masjid and I was telling him, wallah, I'm scared I love you I'm scared that I love you for not for Allah.
For other than Allah.
For other than Allah. Like, because what we've been through, all of that. But subhanAllah, like, what was the point I was trying to say? Basically,
you want to make sure you only love each other for Allah's sake, basically.
Yeah,
because that's where the khair comes from.
That's where the khair. And you know, that person was wrong, because they're doing it for the only Allah. And if I'm doing something for only Allah and I do it wrong, I'm always having Allah in my mind. You get
100.
Forgive me, I'm not good with words.
Well, you're very good.
No,
You're very good.
Sure. So, what impact, if any, and you kind of already alluded to this when you mentioned about Omra and whatnot, what impact would you say that the da'wah has had on you as a person into making you who you are today? So when I say the da'wah, I'm talking about matting in the masjid, the classes, the Umrah, just being around the brothers, the munches, the link-ups, even coming to the office to do some handiwork, being here with us right now. What impact would you say it's had on your life or on you as a person?
Yeah, you see, man, what's that? My Arabic is kind of تعبان, but man can. If you're with a nation or if you're with people more than 40 days, you've become one of them, stuff like that. What's that?
I don't know. I have not memorized it.
But you know,
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
So if you're with people for 40 days or more, you become one of them, So now I'm around these type of brothers that I'm picking up traits from them, Like I think people are saying I love you for the sake of Allah, I'm not gonna lie, when I say that, I find it hard, innit? Until I have to properly think about it, say, yeah, I actually love for the sake of Allah. You pick up traits, like giving things with the right hand.
MashaAllah.
Like, subhanallah. Yeah, there's a lot of traits, akhi. You know, there's a lot of traits,
Allah
akhi, you pick
Barak.
up
Allah
from being
Barak.
around people. That's why, akhi, I try to stay away from people who are not practicing at all. Because wallahi, bro, if you're with them,
You'll be dragged back.
huh?
You'll be
You
dragged back.
drag back. Hatta, you know, shaitan plays with you. I don't know anyone, but shaitan tried to play with me, akhi. Told me, go there and give him da'wah. Go there, give him da'wah and that. Akhi, don't do that. Try not to do that, innit?
Because you need that yourself, right? So
يا أيها الذين آمنوا قوا أنفسكم
وأهلكم
وأهلكم
نارا.
نارا. You know, film yourself first, innit? Subhanallah. And then your family, and then, you know, that's what it is, akhi, man.
So you actually see, because there's another thing in it. Brothers, we always say to them, if you want to come into your deen, you need to start practicing and stay practicing. How do you stay practicing?
Oh.
2 things: seek knowledge and good friends. Does that make sense? So Masha, you took that advice. You actually did both, in the sense where you started coming to classes and you kept around good people. Some people come classes but not good people. Some people good people but no classes. You have to have both.
Both, ya akhi.
If you was lacking both, what would happen?
Yeah, if you're lacking both, ya akhi, you just go left, innit? It's gonna go left, yeah.
And you've seen people go left, right?
I've seen
Because
people go
there's
left.
brothers that started practicing.
By the way, what
before
do you mean by go left? People that are watching not from UK, they're thinking, what do you mean as in
Go left.
you turn left?
Right is khair, innit?
Yeah.
You know, we give things with right hand. If you give it, what do you do with your left hand, akhi?
Bad.
It's bad, innit? Well, if I hope they understand.
After Sirat al-Mustaqim.
Sarat.
You know what I'm saying? You fall off.
Yeah.
So, the other thing I was going to say to you now, yeah, inshallah, before we wrap up, 2 things. One thing is a lot of brothers are going to come off, maybe they want to come off the roads or come off some haram lifestyle, whatever have you. They're going to be thinking to themselves, like, obviously it's all fun and good getting onto the deen and practicing, but man needs to eat, whatnot. MashaAllah, your brother, you learn a craft, a trade. You know what I'm saying? You're very good at it. Allah barik. Whether it be, you know, woodwork, fixing things, now you're an electrician. So talk to us a bit about that and what advice you'd give to brothers. So brothers can also, because I feel like there's a lot of brothers that can hustle. Like we had Adam AK Forbes on here, who started a store business. You know what I'm saying? We've got different brothers that have come and done things. They've done things. Abbas is a bit of a techie guy, so he learned coding and he made an app. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone can do something which they're good at. Maybe one guy's not good at technology, but he's good with his hands. Maybe another guy's not good with this, but he's good with that. Does that make sense? So talk to us a bit about that, akhi.
Yeah, I'm gonna lie, I just remember right now, I forgot to say Bismillah wa salatu ala Rasulillah.
No worries. You said it now.
Yeah, akhi, subhanallah. I was chatting to one brother about this yesterday as well, akhi, man. And you know, I realized, akhi, back in the day, akhi, no, let me just say, not even back in the day, yeah. You see, when you're in a position, yeah, akhi, and you're looking, why is Allah not blessing me with money? Why is Allah not increasing me with my rizq? Why? Akhi, there's a reason for that, you know. I spoke to myself about it. Maybe Allah's not giving me that. Maybe because I'm going to use it in a bad way, akhi. And if Allah has given me that for me to use it in a bad way, akhi, well, I should be scared that might be a punishment, akhi. I should be scared that might be a punishment, bro. So now, let's say I'm doing my thing, I'm getting paid good, I'm spending my money in bad ways and that. Yeah, akhi, that money is a punishment, bro. It's an illusion, akhi.
There's an ayah in the Quran, Allah mentions that. فتحنا عليهم أبواب ولما نسوا ما ذكروا به فتحنا عليهم أبواب كل شيء حتى إذا فرحوا بما أوتوا أخذناهم بغتة فإذا هم مبلسون. That when they turned away and they didn't listen, we opened the door for them. We gave them what they wanted. Until they were enjoying their rizq, their money, their women, their cars, we grabbed them suddenly.
Subhanallah.
Now that Allah says, سَنَسْتَدْرِجُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ وَأُمْلِي لَهُمْ إِنَّ كَيْدِي مَتِينٌ. Allah said that we're going to attack them from a place they never imagined. How? وَأُمْلِي لَهُمْ. We're going to make them live long. Live your life. Do what you want to do. إِنَّ كَيْدِي مَتِينٌ. Allah saying His plan is powerful. So as in sometimes people think that they're living money, cars, drugs, climbing to the top. They think they're successful. This is Allah's plan against you to destroy you. He's letting you because you turned away in the first place.
Subhanallah. Bro, ya akhi, man, subhanallah. I know it is, akhi. If me personally, this is how I seen it. If I want money to come to me, akhi, I need to give up bad habits. Bad habits that actually take away your risk, akhi. You know, a lot of bad habits take away your risk. For example, like I said, akhi, if you use your money in khair, I think there was a podcast you done, akhi, about وَلَئِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ, about the 4 conditions. You know?
Yeah.
Akhi,
The Rider episode we did.
Yeah, I think so. Allah,
Yeah.
I was watching it in Saudi, akhi, subhanallah.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
MashaAllah.
But yeah, Yeah, akhi, what's I saying? Subhanallah.
So you're saying about the money, like, as in you don't want
Bad
to do
habits.
something. Yeah.
Bad habits, yeah. Akhi, so like I said, if you use that money in khair, and you use, that's one of the conditions of being grateful, Allah.
Yeah, that you use in the obedience of Allah is what
Alright.
He gave you.
So do you think the opposite can work as well? That if you use it in khair, Allah might ينقص, not زيد.
As in, if you use the money in good, Allah will take it away.
No. If you use it in khair, Allah يزيد.
Will increase it.
If you use it in shar,
Allah will take it away.
ينقص. Yeah.
Exactly. You're right.
It works like that,
Like, exactly. So if you use the money in good, Allah will give you more. If you use it in bad, He can take it away from you.
Subhanallah.
100%.
You know,
100%.
but me, akhi, what I would like to say, like the main point, akhi. Right now, we're young, akhi. We're trying to get married. We're trying to, do hijrah. All of that requires rizq.
Yeah.
And the rizq minhu الرزاق. Allah, ya akhi. So to have barakah in your money, ya akhi, we need to ask Allah. And Allah. Ya akhi, if Allah wanted to give us the whole earth and us rule the whole earth, there's nothing to Him. There's really nothing to Him, ya akhi. So we have to please Him, ya akhi. And maybe He's keeping away from us to protect us, ya akhi.
100%.
So let's keep ourselves away. That's what I just advised to myself. Let's keep ourselves away from the things that can like take us away from Sirat al-Mustaqim. And on the same time, we'll get paid. Money comes, subhanAllah. I've seen it. Like you said, bro, I think you said this before as well, and with the dalil, of course, that your rizq is maktub. You decide how you're going to get. Wallah, this is one thing that it baffles me.
Just so people know, maktub is written.
It's written like whatever you, if you're decreed £1 million in your whole lifetime, you're gonna get £1 million, not 999,099. You're gonna get the full mill, So you decide how you're gonna get that. Whether you're gonna go through some adab, like whether you're gonna punish yourself, go through some mad stuff to get that, or you're gonna go the legit halal way. Maybe you're gonna struggle a little bit and get that way, but you're pleasing Allah. Anyhow, you're still getting it. You're still gonna get it.
100%.
Subhanallah.
So let me ask a question now. See, now doing the work that you're doing, if you carry this on, would you make more money doing this than what you made in the past?
I'm not gonna lie to you, akhi. In Baraka wise, 100%.
MashaAllah.
In Baraka wise, 100%. And
That's the thing, innit, with haram money, you might have a lot of it, but it doesn't go very far.
no, I don't.
It's very.
Don't, yakhi.
That's what I'm saying.
It
So
don't.
explain Baraka, what it means, innit?
Like blessings in money, innit?
As in, it's the ability to do more with less.
To do more with less.
Exactly.
So you might have guys who are making 30 grand in a month from selling drugs, but at the end of that month, they got nothing left. They're literally sat there scratching their head thinking, where did the money go?
Saying that mom's yard, maybe having a couple of apartments there and there. Sad, akhi. Wallah, it's actually so sad, bro.
But now, a little £100 will last you for weeks.
It's Baraka. People, money just coming from this auntie that you just met, just randomly decided to give you some money. This, that, as in, things just happen in it, and money just comes. But that's it. It's all about Allah's plan.
Subhanallah, bro.
But yeah, wallahi, jazakallah
Money
khair.
comes, bro. Wallahi, I'll tell you, bro. Money will come. Whatever's maktub for you will come. Just be patient and get it the right way. I'm not saying just sit on your bum and don't do nothing. Work towards it, akhi. Find a trade. Find a skill. Tie your camel. That's the one, akhi, man. Wallahi, barak feekum, inshallah.
Wallahi, jazakallah khair, akhi, man. It's been a pleasure having you on the show. One last question, it's a quick thing. What impact would you say the Omra trip had on your life?
Yeah, akhi, don't forget, this is my first Umrah, It was my first Umrah. My first Umrah. Subhanallah.
Describe the experience of the people watching at home that have never been Umrah before.
Subhanallah, they might be thinking I'm crazy, akhi, because the way
of course
they're Muslims as well, innit? But akhi, wallah, when I first saw the Kaaba, I was so excited, akhi, man. So excited. I don't know how to explain it. Words cannot be fit. Words, I can't explain the words, akhi.
What about the brotherhood on the trip? How was that?
That's just ziyada, bro. That's just
Extra.
Yeah, that's just extra, bro. Wallah, bro, the brotherhood. Knowing that people, I'm repeating this, but sometimes repeating something is good, isn't
It's
it?
very good, very good.
Akhi, brotherhood, having brothers that love you for the sake of Islam, there's nothing like it, akhi. Nothing like it, bro. Like, even people, like fathers might be thinking, this guy said that they don't love you, these brothers don't love you for who you are. They'll be thinking, they don't love you for who you are. But me, I know the haqq, I know that just
If I love you for who you are, when you change, I don't love you no more.
Exactly. And I will change, bro.
And I will
might have
change.
a bad day. I might have a good day.
Or I will change.
Yeah,
Does that make sense? But if I love you for Allah's sake, even if you're not doing good for me, I'm still loving you.
Wallahi,
Because it wasn't connected to you.
Subhanallah, bro. Bro, that reminds me of you got time, akhi?
Yeah, go on.
That reminds me of, yeah. The Prophet ﷺ, I think his neighbor, ﷺ, used to dash like rotten rubbish, all of that.
That narration is fabricated though.
Fabricated, khalas.
Yeah, it's fabricated. But
there's a point.
Many
I think there's a
examples
benefit.
like that. I mean, think about it. The Prophet ﷺ, the way he got tortured in Mecca, they tried to kill him, akhi. They smacked him on the head with the sword. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was choked when he was in sujood. They stepped on his neck. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They stoned him till he bled. And then when he was coming back into Mecca, when he conquered them, what did he say? There's no blame on you. Like he forgave them.
Same with Yusuf alayhi salam and his brothers. He had the same situation. They threw him into a well and whatnot. And then at the end of the day, he said the same thing to them.
No blame on you today.
That shows, akhi. Allah yaj'alna min al-mukhlasin, ya.
Ameen.
The people who
are sincere
to only Allah.
May Allah make us and everyone watching this from amongst those.
Ameen. Allahumma ameen. Allahumma ameen.
But yeah, alhamdulillah, hopefully inshallah, you guys benefited from the episode of Ramadan with the Mandem. And remember, this is the month of the Quran, so we try to keep these episodes as short as possible to give you guys as much time as possible to go and read the Quran. But remember, there's no point us doing that if you're not going to actually go and read the Quran. So take some time, go and read the Quran, and inshallah, it will benefit you in this life and in the next. Don't forget, inshallah, the main reason we do this podcast, we show you brothers who've come in contact with our da'wah and how it's affected them, because currently we're actually trying to fundraise for the da'wah so that we can carry on. And there's quite a long way to go. So if you are able to donate, there's a GoFundMe link in the description. Please give whatever you can. Spread the video, like the video. If you can't donate, like the video, drop a little comment. It might seem insignificant to you, but wallahi, it makes a big difference because it allows the video to reach more people. And usually, we don't care about views. We'll put the video out if it gets 2K, 3K, we don't care. But for a fundraiser, obviously, the more people that it reaches, the more people that will be able to benefit. And inshallah, you will get the reward of everyone that donates off of finding the video from you. So with that said, we'll leave it there and see you guys on the next episode of Ramadan with the Mandem. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Peace.